If you like to see an increase in your benefits on top of the regular increase that you are about to receive because of this Social Security COLA 2026, then this is a very important video for you. Social Security payments will see these three changes in 2026. What to know about these updates to benefits? This is huge for anyone who receives Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Veteran Affairs, Railroad Retirement, as well as spousal pay benefits. And it doesn't stop here. Look at this. Social Security benefits to increase by average of $56 per month because of this COLA 2026 announcement. But do you know that a significant increase is also possible in benefits for millions of these recipients? I'm gonna give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. So let's begin with this massive opportunity that can save you around $1,100 when it comes to your Medicare plan. That's why I partnered with Chapter, where you can get unbiased help absolutely free from a real person. Call the number on the screen today, 212-461-4492, and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. Moving on with the details of the first update, Social Security benefits to increase by average of $56 per month. Just for the reference, I'm going to link all of these articles in the video description because we want to be as honest, as transparent as possible. Well, the Social Security Administration announced on October the 24th that the Social Security benefits will increase by 2.8% for 2026. The average increase for 75 million people receiving old age survivor disability and Supplemental Security Income, means SSI, will be around $56 per month according to the release. Nearly 71 million Social Security beneficiaries will see the cost of living increase, while the same is true of the 7.5 million who get SSI income payments, with some people receiving both. Well, right now, millions of Americans are confused about this COLA increase because they were expecting the new metric to be implemented known as CPIE, because the CPIE could have analyzed the seniors' spending, means how much they spend on their rent, on their mortgage, on their groceries, on their utilities, and especially on their prescription. And then the CPIE will come up with a new COLA that could be much higher than this regular increase, and we are talking about a ballpark of $300 to $500 increase. Well, the COLA is finalized already, but still a number of lawmakers are pushing this administration to change the COLA metric from CPIW to CPIE. If you support this CPIE metric, then write in the comment section, I support CPIE. Again, if you support it, then write in the comment section, I support CPIE, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. Well, notification of the increase will be mailed out in December. The notices can also be viewed online with personal My Social Security accounts, which can be viewed or created at ssa.gov/myaccount. I'm also going to link this in the video's description. Social Security is a promise capped, and the annual cost of living adjustment is one way we are working to make sure benefits reflect today's economic realities and continue to provide a foundation of security, said by Social Security Administration's Commissioner Frank J. Bisignano. The cost of living adjustment is a vital part of how Social Security delivers on its mission. Well, it seems like nobody is there to tell Frank Bisignano that this metric that he's using, known as CPIW, is outdated, it's vague. He needs to change this metric as soon as possible. President Trump, under the recently passed Big Beautiful Bill, stated that he eliminated taxes on Social Security, which is somewhat true but not completely true, because still around 20% seniors will pay taxes on their benefits. Well, according to the release, the cost of living adjustment was 2.5% in 2025, and the average slightly more than 3% for the past 10 years. Information about next year's Medicare changes will be available starting in late November at medicare.gov. And talking about Medicare, if you would like to save around $1,100, then Chapter is the opportunity that you don't want to miss. Call the number on the screen today and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. Well, moving on with this very important update, as Social Security payments will see these 3 changes in 2026. What to know about these updates to benefits? Let's go towards the details. The rules for collecting Social Security are changing in 2026. A lot of people are still unaware about these changes, so make sure you watch this part very carefully. 2 of the most important things to know: if you are collecting benefits, your monthly check payments will increase, and if you're planning on collecting benefits before retirement age and still plan to work, your checks could be reduced or even paused. Well, look at this. The 2026 cost of living adjustment will increase benefits. As I mentioned earlier, that the increase that is finally announced is 2.8%, around $56. This is not a lot because Medicare Part B premium will eliminate this increase. However, due to inflation and the skyrocketing cost of living, many retirees might not actually be getting more for their hard-earned dollars. As I mentioned earlier, that Medicare Part B premium is a threat to these benefits and the increase that millions of these recipients are about to receive. Each year, the SSA announces a cost of living adjustment known as COLA, of course, that has been introduced already and announced already. So how much this COLA increase adds up to? For an average payment of $2,071, that's an additional only $56 a month. $56. If you go to a grocery store today and you are there to spend around 20 to 30 bucks and you end up spending $80 to $100 anyway, that's the story of pretty much every American who's struggling right now. According to the recent report from Gallup, the prices of groceries are up by 21%, and the increase that these recipients receive is just $56 a month, just 2.8%. If these leaders are not calling this injustice, then I don't know what they're going to talk about. Well, Social Security is a promise kept, and the annual cost of living adjustment is one way we are working to make sure benefits reflects today's economic realities, as said by Frank Bisignano. Well, Frank Bisignano does a lot of things. He talks about Social Security, disability benefits, but seniors are confused that why SSA chief is not changing the COLA metric, which is outdated and vague. Well, they take the numbers from American workers and give that inflation number to seniors. Well, seniors' spending pattern is different because their spendings are different. How? Because the money that they spend on their rent is their lifelines money, that is Social Security or disability money. The money that they use to pay for utilities is their Social Security money. They're not working right now. They're taking the money from Social Security Administration, which they have contributed all of their life. And now when it's time to get the money that they deserve, they take the numbers from American workers instead of taking the numbers straight from the seniors and disability benefit recipients. Quite a shocker, to be honest. Well, what other changes are coming to Social Security? As changing in January, the maximum amount of earnings subject to Social Security tax, that is taxable income, is slated to increase to $184,500 from $176,100. And the another noticeable change is on the horizon for working seniors who are collecting Social Security. Well, look at this. Given the high cost of living, an increasing number of older Americans are still working, which is quite a shame, into their golden years. Those who have reached full retirement age can work without penalty. However, Those who have applied for Social Security before reaching their full retirement age and are still collecting a paycheck may see those payments either reduced or paused in 2026, depending on how much they earn and at what point they reach full retirement age, according to the Motley Fool. Well, in 2025, the full retirement age is 67 for those born in 1960 or later. People collecting Social Security while working who are under the full retirement age lost $1 in benefits for every $2 they earn over $23,400, or $1 for every $3 they earn above $62,160. This is quite a shameful thing to see. At times where these leaders have billions and billions of dollars to give to other nations so they can survive and thrive, our own seniors and disability benefit recipients are struggling. However, in 2026, the threshold limit is expected to increase slightly to $24,360, and the $62,160 limit is increasing to $64,800, meaning people can earn another $960 next year without being penalized per month. Well, one thing that you need to understand that even receiving food stamp benefits for the seniors and disability benefit recipients is a huge headache. Why? You need to understand that because of these new work rules, the people or the seniors who are 64 and up, they're exempt from this rule, but the people who are 64 and below and receiving these benefits, now they need to work. They need to prove that they are working at least 80 hours a month in order to receive food stamps. So if they work 80 hours a month, they'll see a cut in their benefits, means they're unable to pay their rent and afford basic necessities. And if they don't work, they'll not receive food stamp benefits. Isn't it injustice to them? Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation, because it's completely shocking and this administration needs to come up with a plan that can change the financial situation of millions of Americans, because currently millions of these seniors are struggling and they need some sort of support as soon as possible. Well, if you have any questions at all, then please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer each and every question of yours, as Credit Viral channel will always be with you in your good and difficult times. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.